This is R.D. Sharma solution class 12 chapter 6 determinants exercise is 6.1. Evaluate the following determinants. Since this is a 2 by 2 matrix, so if this is 2 by 2 matrix A, B, C, D, you just have to do A into D minus B into C in all of it. So first we'll take the fourth one is from CBSE to 008. So the first one we are doing x, negative 7x and 5x plus 1. So all of these you have to do like this. Just multiply these two like x into 5x plus 1 and subtract it with the multiplication of other two. Cross multiplication, you can say, a way of cross multiplication. So I'm just making it plus because negative is already there. So minus 7 into x, so minus minus plus I have done 7 into x. So it becomes 5x square plus x plus 7x. So you get 5x square plus 8x. So this is the answer. I'll just show you how you have to do it exactly. Now second one we are taking. Cos theta and cos theta is cos square theta. Then we have negative minus sin theta and sin theta is minus sin square theta. So minus minus will become plus. So minus sin square theta. You know sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. That is equal to 1. Now we have cos 15 and cos 75. So cos 15 into cos 75 minus sin 15 into sin 75. Sin 15 into sin 75. So we'll use a relationship here. The relationship is sin 90 minus theta is cos theta, or cos 90 minus theta is sin theta. This is what we have to use. How it is going to be? See, cos 15 and cos 75. This is sin 15 and sin 75. Now you can really see that sin 90 minus theta is cos theta. So you can write sin 15 as what? Sin 15 as 90 minus 75 and 75 as 90 minus 15. So sin 15 I am writing it as 90 minus 75 because 90 minus 75 is eventually 15. This is going to be cos theta, cos 75. It will be cos 75. So in place of sin 15, you can always write cos 75, right? Similarly, for sin 75, you can write it as sin 90 minus 15, and that is going to be cos. This is going to be cos 15. So what it will be? Cos 15 cos 75 minus, this is cos 75. I'm writing it here, and this is going to be cos 15. Now you see, both are same, so it's 0. They both are same. They cancel each other out. This is CBSE 2008. So in the complex theory, complex mathematics, we always write I square equals negative 1. I. Okay. So same thing we are going to do, cross multiply and subtract these. So A plus IB multiplied by A minus IB. And subtract this with C plus ID into minus C plus ID. C plus ID, and you can always write it as ID minus C, but whatever is given we are writing it. Okay, let us take the first one here. A into A is A square. Then A into IB is minus AIB. Then multiplying IB with A, so it will be again AIB or IBA you can write because they both are same. Minus IB into IB, B square is there, I square is minus 1. Remember, I square is minus 1. So I am making it as positive. Minus minus become positive. So this becomes plus B square. Now IBA and AIB, did you see they are exactly similar? So you can cancel them. Just cancel them out. What do you get? A square plus B square. This is what you get. Right. Coming to the other one. Negative we'll see later. Minus sign will see later. So minus C square here. And C into ID is ICD. CID you can write it as ID and C is minus CID, and ID into ID is, you have I square as minus 1, D is D square. I square is minus 1, so you just make it minus D square. Okay. So you can just cancel these two out. This is minus C square minus D square. You can take negative out, C square plus D square, right? So negative was already there. So it becomes positive because you are subtracting it. A square plus B square, just add it to it. Final will be A square plus B square plus C square plus D square. Evaluate this. So either you find you can find some way to easily solve it, okay, some commonality or something, but we have to find out the determinant and we have to square it. But let me tell you in the beginning that this determinant is going to be 0. How it is going to be 0, you just see. I'll just expand it. You can use any of the row, any of the column to expand it. But the simplest we see is the first row. So we'll expand it using first row. 2 into something minus 3. Minus 3 why? Because always the sign depends on minus 1 to the power I plus j. Since the number 3 is at A12 position, so 1 plus 2, minus 1 to the power 1 plus 2 is minus 1 to the power 3, that is going to be negative, right? It will be negative. So it will be 2 and here minus 3 and here it will be 7. Let us write it as 7. I'll write it as plus 7. Okay, now wherever this 2 is lying, which row and which column, we have to leave it. So you'll get 17, 5 and 20, 12, minus 3. So you leave this row and column, you get 13, 15 and 5 and 12. In this 7, you are going to write, so leave this row and column 2, 3, 7 and 5, 7, 5, 12. You get 13, 17 and 15, 20. Okay. Now see here, 17 into 12, this is going to be 204. 5 into 20 is 100. So 204 minus 100. 13 into 12 is going to be 156 and 5 into 15 is 75. You just write it here. 13 into 20 is 260 and 17 into 15 is 255. So I hope you will be able to calculate it. The answer will be 0. So if it is 0, just square it, you will get again 0. Because determinant of a square is nothing but determinant of a whole square. First try to find out the determinant and just square it. Now show that this is equal to 1. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll again apply that relationship, that is cos theta is sin 90 minus theta, cos 90 minus theta is sin theta, and sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals 1. So we are multiplying, cross multiplying sin 10 into cos 80 minus sin 80 into cos 10. Because it is minus, so we'll make minus minus as plus. Okay. Now you see here. So we just did sin 90 minus theta is what? Cos theta. We just did that question. And cos 90 minus theta is sin theta. So cos 80 can be written as, it can be written as cos 90 minus 10. It is not sin. I am just changing it because this is wrong. So cos 80 can be written as, this is cos 90 minus 10. I am just erasing it. The cos 90 minus 10 is same as cos 80, but cos 90 minus theta is sin theta. It will be sin 10. So in place of cos 80, you can write as sin 10. Similarly, in place of cos 10, you can write it as sin, or you can write sin 10, sin 80 as sin 90 minus 10. And sin 90 minus theta is what? It is cos theta, cos 10. You just write it here. In place of sin 80, write cos 10. So sin 10 into sin 10 is sin square 10. Here we have cos 10 into cos 10 is cos square 10. Sin square plus cos square is 1. Sin square plus cos square is 1. Okay. So this question we have to do it by two methods. First method is quite clear to you. Use any row, use any column and just open it. For example, I'm going to tell you the first one first. So 2. Now please remember this is A11, A12 and A13. So we'll always use the sign depending upon what is minus 1 to the power I plus j. I and j are the row and column number. So first one and last one will become positive, middle one will become negative. So I'm writing minus 3 here. 2 and negative 3 and minus 5, since it is already minus 5, we just write minus 5. Actually the sign will not change because it will be minus 1 to the power 1 plus 3, that is going to be 1 only. Okay, 2 here. Now what you have to do is, wherever this 2 lies in the intersection of row and column, leave that and write the other things here, like row and column leave. You have to write 1 minus 2, 4, 1. 1, 4, negative 2, 1. And this will be, see, leave this 3 row and column, you get 7 minus 3 minus 2, 1. And minus 5 row and column, you get 7, 1 and minus 3, 4, right? Then 2, 1 into 1 is 1, minus 4 to the 8, so it will be plus. So 2 into 9 it will be 18. Minus 3, 7 was the 7, minus 3 to the 6, 7 minus 6 is 1, no, it will be negative only. 7 minus 6 is 1, okay, minus 3 into 1 it will be. Now minus 5, 7 for the 28, and minus of minus is plus, so 28 plus 3 it will be. 28 plus 3 is nothing but, it's 31, so 5 into 31, so 9 to the 18, minus 3, minus 5 is the 5, 5 is the 15. So when you calculate it, it is going to come as negative 140, right? This is the first one. Now the second one is called as Saros, or you can call it as Saros. Saros or Saros, whichever way you want to pronounce it. The method is, it depends on the pattern, okay? We'll find a pattern. So I'm writing the determinant first, or the matrix first. 2, 7, minus 3, 3, 1, 4, and 5, negative 5, negative 2, 1. This is what we have. Now you have to replicate or write the first two columns again. That is first, second, third column. You have to use this one first and second column, write it again. That means 2, 7 and minus 3 has to be written. And then we have to write 3, 1 and 4. Okay. Now what do? It will be very easy. Multiply this 2 into 1 to 1. I'll just show you. Let me change the color. Okay. 2 into 1 into 1. This one, first one. Plus 1 into 1, then plus, again the next line parallel to it, 3 minus 2 into minus 3, so 3 into minus 2 into minus 3, plus minus 5 into 7 into 4, plus minus 5, I'm just making it minus because already minus is there, minus 5 into 7 into 4, but you have to do plus 7 into 4 into minus 5, right? Okay, all of these, then subtract it from the opposite direction, the line in the opposite direction. That is, see what we have to do is, this is minus 5 into 1 into minus 3, minus 5 into 1 into minus 3, plus 2 into minus 2 into 4, you just subtracted 2 into, I'm just making it negative because my negative 2 is there. So 2 into 2 into 4, and then 3 into 7 into 1, plus 3 into 7 into 1, right? When you compute this, it's going to come as 140, negative 140. So I hope two columns you have to repeat and use this method in order to find out the determinant easily. Or either way you want, this is up to you, because there are multiple methods to solve the determinant of a matrix. Evaluate this thing. So we'll do it one by one. We'll do it properly, okay? So this is the answer if you really want to do it by yourself, and you can just recheck whether you have done it or not correctly. It is an NCERT question, so we are going to do it. So open it using the first row. 0 into, I'm not writing anything because ultimately it will be 0. Minus sin alpha, I'm using the second 0 minus 0 sin alpha and minus cos alpha. So minus sin alpha, and when you write this minus sin alpha and cos alpha, and it will be sin alpha, sin beta and 0. Minus will be plus. No, it will be plus actually. So we are writing minus here. It would have been plus, but because since it is minus cos alpha, I am writing it as minus cos alpha. It will be minus sin alpha, cos alpha and 0 and minus sin beta, right? So it is 0, so just remove it, minus. Now sin alpha, this is going to be 0 and 0 minus. See, it will be 0 minus sin beta and cos alpha. So it will be negative. So cos alpha sin beta, negative cos alpha sin beta, minus cos alpha, and this is going to be minus sin alpha and minus sin beta. Minus become plus, so it will be sin alpha and sin beta. And this is going to be 0, so just leave it. What this final will be, minus will be plus, so it will be sin alpha, cos alpha, sin beta, and the second part will be cos alpha, sin alpha and sin beta. Now you see, cos alpha is there, sin alpha is there, sin beta is there, so ultimately it will be 0. Evaluate this. So this is also an NCERT question, so we are going to do it. So if you are from NCERT, then you don't have to do NCERT because already ID Sharma has enough question which can, that includes NCERT questions actually. So let us do it the way we normally do. We'll use the first row. See, using the second row is quite easier because one of the part will be removed. So I'm using the first row. So I'm just writing short in the short form. I'm just writing C alpha for cos alpha. So this will be cos beta. And we'll write something here, that is row and column, just leave it. It will be cos beta 0, sin alpha, sin beta. This will be cos alpha. Now minus. This is cos alpha, sin beta. And then inside this we have, leave this. So minus sin beta. And then we have 0 and sin alpha, cos beta. And this is going to be this is going to be cos alpha plus minus sin alpha, so I am writing it as negative, and this is going to be minus sin beta, and cos beta, this is going to be sin alpha cos beta, and here sin alpha sin beta, sin alpha sin beta, right? Okay. So let us just see once more cos alpha cos beta, everything is correct or not, because in this kind of question the question doesn't have that worth. The worth is that how do you do it properly, because sometimes cos alpha may be confused with cos beta, sometimes negative signs will be missed. That is how normally we do mistakes. But once you write this, just recheck it. So we'll do one by one. That is first part we are taking. First I am taking. So first one will be cos alpha cos beta. Inside this we have cos beta cos alpha and minus something with 0. 0 into 0 something is 0. So this finally will be cos alpha cos beta cos alpha. Actually it's cos square alpha. It's basically cos square alpha and cos square beta. Right? The first one is done. Coming to the second one. This is minus cos alpha sin beta. Here we have minus sin beta cos alpha. This will be 0. So minus minus will be plus. Just write sin beta and cos alpha. Okay. So this cos alpha and cos alpha is going to be cos square alpha. So I am adding it, cos square alpha and sin square beta. Sin square beta. So two of it we have done. Coming to the third one. So we will do this, negative will just take sin alpha here. So let us multiply it here. I am doing it here. I am doing the third part. So this is minus will take just now, but we have to consider this sin alpha, multiply this. It will be minus sin beta, sin alpha, sin beta. And here cos beta minus cos beta, sin alpha, cos beta. Okay. Now what do you see here? Minus this sin square beta minus sin square beta, sin alpha. Here we have cos square beta and sin alpha. So sin alpha cos square beta. Okay. Now you can take minus, sin alpha is already there. Already we multiplied it, right? So just multiply sin square alpha. Minus is already there. We can take minus common. So when we take minus common, minus is already there, it will be positive. So we'll write just this with positive. Sin alpha, I am multiplying it. So it will be sin square alpha, sin square beta. And sin square alpha, sin square beta it will be. And then we have sin alpha, again sin square alpha and cos square beta. Right. Okay, we'll take cos square alpha and then we take cos square alpha common. So cos square alpha we take common, it will be cos square beta plus sin square beta, or sin square beta plus cos square beta. Okay, from the second one we can take sin square alpha common And inside this we get sine square beta plus cos square beta. So sine square beta plus cos square beta is 1. Sine square beta plus cos square beta is 1. Both of these are 1. Now we are just left with cos square alpha plus sine square alpha, and sine square alpha plus cos square alpha is 1. So there you get 1, right? Okay. Okay, this question we are going to do in the next discussion. Till then, thank you so much. Take care of yourself.